Hello, welcome and welcome back to T is for Temidayo. It is 11:14 p.m. Today is Friday, January 23rd. It's 123/2026. Today is day 54 of 365 days of tea for me. Let's get started. Shall we? All right, so we are back at it again. Really tired. I think between, you know, bleeding and also like doing a lot out and about, as you may have heard. We're gonna be experiencing a big snowstorm. And so let me just quickly, does that help? What if it's really dark, but at least you can kind of see what's on my hand? No, that doesn't help. Anyway, it's one pump and two pumps. All right, and we're gonna put this on our low back today. We are gonna be experiencing a big old snowstorm, and so I, like literally everyone else in the city, we went to two grocery stores to stock up on, pantry goods, peanut butter, crackers, some shelf-stable milk, just to have it in the house, some eggs. Already had butter, already had bread, that sort of thing. And met up with a friend to just catch up about a play that we had seen. So it was nice to kind of do what I would have done by myself, which was grocery shop with another person. Haven't done that in a really long time, so it was really nice to do. I'm doing my little finger thing where I get in between to make sure we get all the goods. And that's everything. We're good to go. All right. So when we were here, we were reading from the gel instructions manual, and we were part the way through the 3 sections that I had introduced. So we're going to continue on those sections today. Oh, I think all of that throat clearing yesterday actually is partially why my voice is sounding the way that it does. So let me see if I can remember where we last read off. We did go through, I believe, we were reading sections dosage, forms and strengths, contraindications, and then warnings and precautions. And I believe we had made it to all through contraindications, but let me double check. So I'm going to go to section 8.1 to make sure that we read through everything right. This was pregnancy. Okay, so if I remember correctly, because there are 2 paragraphs, okay, pregnancy. There are 2 paragraphs. There's that one there and that was there. I think I read the first one, so I will pick up with the second one, which says, oh, okay, wait, hold on. In that first paragraph, there are 2 colons. One is section 4, contraindications, which we already read, and then the second one is clinical pharmacology, which is section 12.1, which we have read in other videos. So I think we're okay. Yeah, we're okay. So we will pick up with the second paragraph, which is data. Oh, see, there it goes again. I'm going to try to do this without clearing my throat. Data. Animal data. In developmental studies conducted in rats, rabbits, pigs, sheep, and rhesus monkeys, rhesus, R-H-E-S-U-S, rhesus monkeys, pregnant animals received intramuscular injection of testosterone during the period of organogenesis. First of all, animal testing? I didn't know we were still doing that. What is organogenesis? Let me be right back. Okay, here we go. So, according to good old Wikipedia, organogenesis is the phase of embryonic development that starts at the end of gastrulation and continues until birth. During organogenesis, the 3 germ layers formed from gastrulation The ectoderm, the endoderm, and the mesoderm form the internal organs of the organism. Organogenesis, organs beginning, bolts. All right, here we go. Clear my throat again. We're getting back. All right, here we are. Moving on. Testosterone treatment at doses that were comparable to those used for testosterone replacement therapy resulted in structural impairments in both female and male offspring. Structural impairments observed in females included increased anogenital distance. What does that mean? Phallus development. Empty scrotum. Oh! No external vagina. What? Intrauterine growth retardation. Well, reduced ovarian reserve and increased ovarian follicular recruitment. So many terms. So what I'm thinking, I think I can deduce from this. Increased anogenital distance. Distance? Anogenital distance. Okay, that I can deduce pretty much on my own. Phallus development. We know good and well. Empty scrotum. That sounds like what it is. No external vagina. Okay, that sounds like what it is. Intrauterine growth retardation, aka the inner uterine, the uterus is not growing. Okay, I'll take that. Reduced ovarian reserve. Okay, so it sounds like the ova would be smaller, with less eggs inside. The ovaries would be smaller with less eggs inside of them. And then increased ovarian follicular recruitment. What does that mean, though? Okay, so I'm going to need to look that up. I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. So according to the, where am I? Global Library of Women's Medicine, recruitment is the process by which an arrested primordial follicle is triggered to reinitiate development and enter the pool of growing follicles. This is what I'm saying, though. I'm like, does anybody actually know all of this? Is it possible to have this much information before embarking on a journey like this? I feel like this is not what we get to know, like, in a standard health class. And I think that's one of the reasons that I'm, like, really enjoying this time. I'm going to finish this paragraph, don't worry. One of the reasons I'm really enjoying this time is because I am actually learning more about the body I already have, as I feel like I'm also like departing from this body. I have never known more about like what happens in my body as I have now that I am actively like changing it. We're just going to leave it at that for now. All right, moving right into, I believe, the last couple of sentences. Structural impairments seen in male offspring included increased testicular weight, larger seminal tubular lumen diameter, SWORK, and higher frequency of occluded tubule, tubule lumen. Increased pituitary weight was seen in both sexes. Testosterone exposure in utero also resulted in hormonal and behavioral changes in offspring. Hypertension was observed in pregnant female rats and their offspring exposed to doses approximately twice those used for testosterone replacement therapy. And that's where we are right now. We're in a little bit of TRT area. This is so interesting. Yes, I don't know what lumen is. Higher frequency of occluded tubule lumen. All right, let's look that up really quickly. Okay, so with the phrase occluded tubule lumen, we have occluded, which is a past tense verb of to occlude, which is to stop up, which is to close up. And then we have tubulumen, which is essentially like the width, the diameter of the tube itself. So there's some tubes getting stopped up, but then there are other tubes like the tubes to the seminal fluid, getting wider, which, makes sense, par for the course. All right. So I think that's going to be it for today because we are also at time. We are learning so much. I feel like whether or not I do anything with this information is like another story entirely, but the fact that I have this information is really grounding for me to know, one, there's actually much more that there's much more information than I feel like I would have initially thought. I know there's such like language about, oh, there's not a lot of information that I can sort of like latch onto as someone who's very like, I like to know things when I'm walking into them. And I feel like, there's actually more information than I think I was expecting. There's not a lot, but there's more information than I was expecting at least. And so it's nice to have a jumping off point, and using this is not even just like an instructions manual, but almost like a textbook for what it is that I'm going through, and what is possible, knowing that like these are all of the bits of vocabulary and like little studies and test results that I can see, just to give myself some peace of mind and somewhere to put my sort of like anxieties, what I'm thinking, like what is this experience that I'm going through and how can I measure it beyond just like what it is that I can see. Yeah, that's gonna be it for today. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. T is for Temidayo. Tune in tomorrow for another day of 365 days of tea for me. I love you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.